add part 3. Here's our final, and here's our working one. Okay, this photo we just placed in here just to go through the motions of finding images on Tom's website. It's not near as good as this image here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this one over and replacing this one. Okay, looks like my Tom's logo needs to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to drag this over a little bit. And then making sure it is going to be in here properly. So object, fitting, fill frame proportionally. Okay, so did this work? Not really what I want to do. Let's try a different one. Object menu, fitting, fill content proportionally. That is much better. Now let's zoom in here, and we're going to just go and jump this up. There we go. Pull this back down if we need to. And that's okay if it's like that. That's okay. But I'm going to pull this back up here and make it again the same width as my logo. Now I've got this, okay, the guideline, I'll pull it back in, or I could get rid of it if I want to. But that was allowed to move because in the view menu, I do not have lock guides on. But if I want the guide to be locked so I cannot move it again, I'll go ahead and lock it. Now I can't click on the guide and move it, staying right where it is. Okay, so a few more things to do to finish this out. Let's go and check this out. What font did I use? I used Adlery and I used Articulate. Okay, so what's this size here? 44, and this is 14. Okay. Articulate and Adlery and Articulate. Okay. So Articulate here. Oh, it's right there. We'll go regular. And this was 14, so I probably want to make there we go, letting a little bit bigger, moving this down a little bit. Okay, and this is going to be another A, so Adlery Pro. It's kind of a neat little font that I found. And this is not working so good right now, but what am I doing? I know what happened. This is actually going to be down here on the bottom, right? So I copied and pasted it. This is going to go down here. And actually, this is what I made it into. I took that, cutting that, putting it up here. And of course, I've got to redo this again. Adlery, there we go. Okay, making this text frame a little bit different again. I do want to center this copy, so select it all, center, and we'll jump it up and see how this works out. Be your new favorite. Okay, that looks like it's pretty good. Now it does look kind of bizarre because there's extra space in here, but if I select it all, it is all 46 and 55. So I'm just going to dump that, make sure it's the same, and I might have to do a little something to kind of make that look a little bit proper. Let's see. It'll be your new favorite. And I changed the color. Okay. So here, let's take a look at what I did here. There's a little space before the phone number, and then I might have to kind of modify that. That does not look really, really good. So let's go ahead and do this. This is 14 and 20. Let me go back to this one. 14 and 20, okay. And this I want space after. Going back to the paragraph panel, space after, dumping that down a little bit. And then I'll move it down a little bit more. Yours is going to be the biggest word here. Let's see. It'll be your new favorite. It'll be your new favorite. Okay. Now new. I modified that. You don't have to. It's just something I decided to do. Or you can just leave it. New. Well, that kind of messes things up too, doesn't it? So I'll have to go back and probably modify. Let's just go ahead and mess around with this a little bit. There's a couple ways to do this. Since it's just a little bit of information, and this is looking pretty good, but I want this one up a little bit, we'll go ahead and modify it this way. Move that up a little bit, the baseline shift, and I'll take this one and do a baseline shift down. That might be the fastest way to make this one work. Okay, that looks great. Okay, color-wise. Looks like I pulled some colors from this website, and this is not necessarily all black, it's more of a gray. We'll go ahead and do that too. And I keep saving this as I go through. I haven't been like saying anything, but just do a save, Command S, occasionally keep the updates there in case something happens to your computer and it crashes. Colors. If I go to my eyedropper tool and I click on a photograph, okay, that's not what I wanted. What do I need to do? Color theme tool, there we go. And now I'll click on the photograph. Okay, now I've got some options here. I've got a couple different things. Colorful, bright, dark, deep, muted. Maybe I will stay with, I'll just use the first one. Colorful, and I'll add it to the swatches panel. All right, so when I go to the swatches panel, I now have a colorful theme of the colors that was chosen by the eyedropper, which is really, really cool. And then I'll go ahead and select this, make sure it's the T, it's the text, and give it a color. There we go. It'll be your new favorite. Looking pretty good so far. This information, well, let's just finish this too. This is the other one, articulate. Make it smaller in size. Oop, I didn't grab everything. So this I just clicked and dragged, and then when it got smaller, it didn't grab everything. So I'm going to do a select all, or I could get rid of this and type it back in, but I'd rather not type in information that was given to me by my client. So I'm going to do a select all and try this again. This is articulate. Then I'll make it a little bit smaller. What is it currently? 44. Select all. Let's type in 40. And let's see what happens. Okay, I made it all caps. So we'll go and do that up here too. Select all. Click on all caps. And then we will turn on, let's see how long we're going to do this. Turn on our view again to screen mode normal. And we'll align this right here. It's a little bit too big. We'll make it a little bit smaller. And to avoid this happening, we're going to make this aligned right. Okay, so if I change the size, it's not going to keep moving on me once I have it aligned properly. There we go. I'll make this slightly smaller. Okay. This one's going to be Abrogata 2, or I'm sorry. Let's see. Whoops, what in the world happened there? We don't want that to happen. Articulate. Select all. Articulate. There we go. Medium or regular. Let's just stay medium, that's fine. We're going to align this right. We're going to have this kind of aligned, This one's going to be a little bit different than the other one. That's okay. I'm going to grab a guide from Favorite. There we go. Somewhere in there. That might be okay. And then have the second line of this copy currently aligned with it. So there's a reason behind every placement of elements. So whether it's text, a graphic, whatever it might be, there's a reason for it. This one, let's go back and see what we did. This text is 20 on 30. So I'll just select it. Oh, okay, we're close. So that's not going to work out so well, is it? We'll pull it out, and what do we want to do? I think I'll pull this up just a little bit. Maybe I want it to start down here. So maybe I'll pull a line from, oh, the line's there already. But now my first line here is a line with favorite here. Command O to go down. And you can certainly, okay. Now alignment and text wrapping. I'm not going to put text wrap on this. I'm going to actually make it all happen the way I want to. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these lines off. Let's go back to view, to screen mode, to preview, and see if we can make this look a little bit better. I think I'm going to take darts to the next line. So I'm going to put the cursor before the D, and I'm not hitting return, I'm hitting shift return to keep it in the same paragraph. It's a forced return. So darts there, and if I take out E's to the next line, and then take and out, and rubber sole out. Not sure I like that. Undo, 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 undo. Maybe I'll take out these two lines, shift return, add cushioning to the next line, rubber sole. And maybe this one, I'm going to actually make this a little bit different and add a little bit more leading here. Not too much. I want to get Ann up here. Let's see if I move this. Nope, I can't really do that. That needs to go down. So I'm going to hit the shift return here. Okay, that looks a whole lot better. Now Tom's needs spacing. Do not do this. Do not click here and hit return. Okay, you want to control this really, really well. I want this to be a little bit bigger anyhow, 14. And, you know, yes, you could do a lot of leading here, but I'm going to go back to my paragraph return or paragraph panel and space after. Oh, not space after. My sorry, bad here. Space before. And I'll make this bold or heavy. Okay. And there we have it. It's a little bit different, and that's okay. You can always go back and modify this a little bit. I'll move this back up a little bit. I'll move this up a little bit. And there we go. We've got our layout done. Somewhat close to this one. All right, just so you have an idea of what's going on. I can make this not so black. I can make it a gray, or I could take my text and let's go to my text, my A here, or my colors. What am I saying? Go to my colors. Maybe I could try a different color that's in the colorful theme. Would that work? That might work, but I really don't like it. I'll undo that. Do a select all. We'll just make this a 60% gray. See what that looks like. Much better. Okay, so now when you're all done, what you want to do, well, you can check links, but let's just try this real quick. Let's go to File. Oh, did we save it? Let's make sure we save it first. Then go to File, Package. And we've got some issues here. We have one image that has RGB color space. So we cannot do a package until it's ready for printing. Hit cancel here. Let's go to links. If this links isn't showing up, it's under window, to links. And this image right here is RGB. So we're going to just right click it and edit with Photoshop. Image mode, CMYK. I'll go and flatten it. I don't need all those other images in there. Okay, let's double check. Mode, and I hope my image size, oh, this isn't good. 300. That's not good. Hit OK here. All right, saving it, closing it. I'm going to go in here and we're going to relink it, which it looks like it did already. It already updated it for me, and it's a CMYK. Take a look at this, though. It is 231%. That is something you do not want to do. So what I would have to do is go back to the drawing board and find another photograph to replace this one. For time's sake, I'm not going to do that, but it'll show you exactly what's wrong, what you don't want to do. Okay, it's print. You got to make sure everything is ready for printing quality. I'll go ahead and save it right now and go through the process of publishing, or not publishing, but packaging. Now I have no warning signs. We're going to like everything just as is, hit package, Tom's folder, and I'm going to put finals. It's not finals, but this is how I'm going to keep track of what I'm doing. Becker J. Tom's finals in my 120 course. Okay, we'll do it this way. So it's taking my fonts, my images, putting it all in one folder, and it's making a PDF, but there's no crop mark, so I want you to do this as well. File, export. What am I doing? Okay, export. Okay, and this is going to be Tom's with crop marks. It's going to go into Tom's final folder. Where did that go? Tom, it must be here. Yeah, there's Tom's final folder. Okay, I'm going to stick this in here as well. We're doing a PDF print, saving, high quality. We really want to go to press quality. Now if you were sending this to press at this point, the printer, you'd want to do press quality. We'll just go ahead and keep high quality print for our purposes in class. But what I want to make sure you do have on here is go to marks and bleeds. I want all crop marks, and I want you to use the document bleed settings, which should be 1/4 of an inch. So this works out really nice. So we'll export this. We should see, I have it set up so it would pop up. And here is our file, our second PDF with our crop marks, our bleed marks, our printer, our color bars, registration marks, and information about the file. So this is a second PDF that I want you to create. I'll go and close this up, go to my Finder, and let's take a look at my 120 class. These are my final images at this point, or files for this actual ad. Here's my links, logos, etc. Why are my fonts not in here? My fonts should be in here too. That is quite odd. There should be a link folder and a font folder. Maybe I unchecked something on accident. I'll have to go back and look at this. But once you get this ready, you can take this folder, right click it, compress it, and the compressed file is what you're going to upload for the course. Okay, so here's my zip file. I don't need both of these open. I don't know why. And then make sure you're aware of your folders and where everything's located. Hopefully it's all organized and you'll be ready to get this one uploaded. Then we're going to go ahead and go through a week of critiques, and then another week you'll have to make edits to improve hopefully your layout.